BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you my August book haul and stuff. Now it's the middle of the month. I will be doing another book haul like video when I get the rest of my trade away books within the next couple of weeks. So that will be filmed later. But today I want to talk about all the books that I bought at Bookoff last week, because I went a little crazy and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to start with the stuff first, and I will work my way over to the books. The first thing I want to talk about is the nose ring. Yes, I got my septum pierced in August. Actually 3 days ago on Tuesday. I got it done. It was $50. It didn't hurt and I love it. So there's that. Ka-ching. So the second thing I purchased in August that is not book related, that is Stephen King's movie and TV collection. This one has The Stand, The Langoliers, Golden Years, The Dead Zone, Pet Sematary, Silver Bullet, and Graveyard Shift. I just watched The Langoliers last night. Langoliers is one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations because it is not only very accurate to the short story but super cheesy at the same time. Love, love, love. One of these days I need to find out all of the movies that are available to purchase for Stephen King for all the adaptations, and then start making a checklist on what ones I need, because I do have a little bit of duplicates that I might be able to give away in a trade away. So there's that. I also purchased Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride. I'm obsessed with The Princess Bride, and since I did read As You Wish last month, it's only fitting that I buy Inigo. It's a must, and here we go. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Love, love, love. I love that he's got this curly hair. The curly hair, the scars, the sword. It's so cute. It's going to be sitting on my bookshelf. Cannot wait. Love it. Alright, and then the last thing that I purchased in August that is not book related is actually my husband's, but I got it yesterday at Costco. Now, if you guys live in the States, right now at Costco, they are selling Squishmallows. Now, you guys have already seen mine. I sleep with it every single night. This is my Squishmallow from Costco. This is a Pegasus. So it does have wings and a little fluffy tail. You see that? You see that? So cute. So I went yesterday for I go every 2 weeks. And lo and behold, they have their Squishmallows out again. Now, here's the thing. Squishmallows, either from Amazon or the actual website squishmallow.com, the size that I buy is normally $35 to $50. But right now, at Costco, it's $9.99. So, this is my husband's. He wanted a dragon. So we got the scales going. We got little dragon tail. We got the very pretty iridescent wings. So cute. He has been obsessed with my Squishmallow. They are literally so soft. If you've never felt one of these, you need to. And you're missing out. Because even if you don't have kids, one of these on your couch is wonderful for when you're watching a movie and you want to cuddle up to something super soft or just use it as a pillow. I use mine as a pillow all the time. I absolutely love it. So those are all of the non-book related items. I'm sure those that hate having that portion of the video is excited. That's all there is. And yeah, let's get on with all of the books. So it's extremely hot. I'm going to be complaining throughout this video. I do apologize. It's 90-something degrees outside, and I know people who live in Texas, Arizona, other places in the world, and they say, oh my God, 90-something isn't hot. If I have pit sweat, it's too hot. I hate pit sweat. I hate it. Let's continue. have 4 bags, my friends. 4 of these bags to share with you guys. Some of them I purchased. Ooh. Let me put this on the floor. Some of them I purchased for you. I always buy you guys books when I go to Bookoff. I can't help myself. So there will be another giveaway soon. But the first one I want to talk about is Meg, Nightstalkers, the 70-foot prehistoric great white shark by Steve Allen. This is book 5 in the Meg series. So I have book 2. I'm missing, no, I think I have 3. I have 2 and 3. I don't have 4, but now I have 5. Looking forward to that. If you haven't read Meg by Steve Alten, what are you waiting for? It is fantastic. If you liked the movie with Jason Statham, who is fine, the book's better, like always. All right, the next book that I bought, I love nonfiction, so this caught my eye and I had to purchase it. This book is Overdue, How Librarians and Cyberians Can Save Us All by Marilyn Johnson, with a new epilogue by the author. I don't know what this is about other than what it says on the cover, so I'm assuming this is a nonfiction about librarians and I'm down for it. I've always wanted to be a librarian. There's too many things that I would like to be for one lifetime, so maybe next time I can get my library science degree. I don't think I can do it now. Maybe later when I'm about to retire, then I can be like the old lady librarian. That'll be fun. Next, I got Shades of Grey by Jasper Fford. I really like Jasper Fford's writing. I think he's hysterical. And this is the first in a series. Now, I've seen this cover a ton, so I wanted to buy it. I don't know what it's about, but it's very colorful. And it says, a rich brew of dystopic fantasy and deadpan goofiness. Yep, that's my style right there. Deadpan goofiness. How'd you have it? Everything that I show you until I say is going to be $1. Next, I found Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. I've always wanted to read this. It is massive, and people have said that this is actually really, really good, and it's not boring at all for a classic, you know? So yeah, when I saw that this was on the shelf and it's in like great condition, it's the I don't know what the PS, who makes this? HarperCollins. It's a HarperCollins edition, and it's translated by Edith Grossman. I don't know if I have any other ones translated by her, but this is super floppy, and it's deckled edges, so I'm in love, and I'm excited. And one of these days I'll read more classics. I own a lot of them, and I do enjoy classics. I'm just really lazy because classics are kind of hard to read. Next, I have Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. This is the, what's the DP stand for? The Dalmatian, oh, Dalton. This is the Dalmatian Press. I own about 10 of these. I'm collecting them for my children because these are a lot skinnier than these great illustrated classics. I hate these hardcovers, although they seem like they will last better. You know, kids can tend to do better with hardcovers. They're so bulky. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the font is huge. They're fun to read. There's pictures in it. But this is all just, I mean, obviously they're going to be abridged so that way kids can get through the story faster. But I do enjoy these paperbacks instead. And these are also illustrated, so it's not like the kids are going to miss out on the pictures. And the font is also huge, but I figured I would get them all whenever I saw them in this edition. They all have these black spines with a little baby picture, like an icon of what, you know, it's about on the front. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Got Anne of Green Gables. I also found A Little Princess. I've never read this story or Anne of Green Gables. I've watched both of these movies. And I did also find Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I loved the movie with Claire Danes and Winona Ryder, and there's a new one coming out. I mean, Susan Sarandon was a great mom in that movie. I just really liked that movie, and there's a new one. What do you guys feel about the new one? And what do you feel about our movies reproducing old movies? Like, I know it's hard to come up with a new idea, but if a movie's not broken, you don't need to fix it. You don't need to update it with movie stars from this generation. You just don't have to. If it's a good one, you don't have to. So I'm a little bummed that they're redoing it. But I like Saoirse Ronan, so maybe it'll be good. I don't know. All right, and then I also got Supernatural Bobby Singer's Guide to Hunting by David Reed. Now, you might be thinking, Missy, you've never talked about the Supernatural on this channel before. And you're right. I am absolutely not a fan of this show because I haven't watched enough of it. I started season 1 a few years back. I think I got to episode 5, and it's so up my alley. I mean, I love paranormal, supernatural stories and movies and TV shows. I just don't have the time. And it's like 10, 13 seasons, something crazy. But I saw this on the shelf for $1, and I figured, why the hell not? Why not? It's got pictures in it, you know, this is the main symbol. Do the both brothers have this tattooed on them? I don't know. I want to be a fan. I want to be a diehard fan like all of the other Supernatural diehard fans. I need another fandom in my life. So I am looking forward to this, especially now that Game of Thrones is over and I can no longer fan about that TV series. I should probably get a new one. And if I have to start from season 1, episode 1 again to refresh my memory on the brothers, I will do so. That book looks fun. Bag 1 done. Let's continue with bag number 2. Next bag. This one has the books that I purchased for you guys, and the expensive books that I purchased. So the first one I found is this one here, Her Dark Curiosity by Megan Shephard. This is the first book in, I think there's a 4-book series. Each story is a retelling of a dark fiction. So this one, I think this one, is The Island of Dr. Moreau. So this is a retelling of Island of Dr. Moreau. There's a retelling of, I think, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think there's another one of Frankenstein, but there's 4. I really do like Megan Shephard's writing, and I own this book in hardcover. I didn't know they came in paperback, and this is in such good quality. It was only $1. I figured one of you guys might want it, so I bought it for you. Hope you enjoy. Next, I found John Scalzi's Lock-In. Now, I read this sci-fi detective story about 3 years ago. Absolutely enjoyed it. I've been waiting for the sequel to come out, which is Head On, and I did buy it. It's somewhere on my shelves, and I do need to read it. But I found this one for $1, and I thought, why not? You guys might like it. It's just red underneath the dust jacket. Now, I've talked about this several times on this channel before. Basically, one day there is a outbreak of some kind of virus, and it causes a lot of the population, I want to say like half of the population, to go into this like coma-like state where they're locked in, so their bodies no longer work, they're like paralyzed, but their brains are still active and alive. And what happens is, in this future world, they were able to connect a robot's programming, wiring, all of that, to the human body's brain. So that way the brain itself can activate this robot, and the robot then is the replacement of the human that can no longer go out into society. So this robot is its replacement. And the robot goes off and does jobs and works and has, you know, relationships and so forth, while its host brain is still in this vegetative state in cribs or beds or whatever, and people, like loved ones and so forth, take care of their bodies. There's nurses around the clock that make sure that the body is monitored and that the heart rate doesn't go down and everybody's healthy and functioning and so forth. In this book, our main character is a lock-in patient. So he is a detective, and his detective body is a robot, and there is this conspiracy going on within this world. A science lab explodes, and it's his job to figure out why the science lab exploded and a couple other murders that are taking place and what is going on. It's very good. I absolutely loved it. John Scalzi is amazing. He's not the like sci-fi author that does space. Like, he does do some space books. He's got Old Man War, and he has Red Shirts, which I absolutely loved. But this is just like a sci-fi set on Earth, which, you know, if you are new to sci-fi, maybe you'll like this more than the space opera kind of books, depending on your comfort zone. I am semi-new to sci-fi. I've really only read John Scalzi, but all of the books I have read, I've really enjoyed. So I figured you guys would like this one. So I found Wild by Cheryl Strand. I absolutely loved this. This is a non-fiction memoir about Cheryl's experience on the Pacific Crest Trail and her whole experience doing the hike. I absolutely loved this book, but when I purchased it in hardcover, it came without a dust jacket, and I'm superficial. I don't want this ugly book on my shelf. I don't want a book without a dust jacket unless it already has a picture on the cover. So when I found this for $1, I figured I would, you know, keep this one and give away this one. So if you've never read this nonfiction and you like hiking, or you've been interested in this book for years, it's hardcover, it's fantastic, it's got deckled edges, it just doesn't have a dust jacket, but I'm giving this one away as well. I did read it in this form, and it was very easy to read. I just, you know, I want a pretty book, so there you go. All right, and then these next two books are the graphic novels that I purchased at Bookoff. Now, graphic novels are always expensive regardless of where you go, unless you go to the library bookstore and you just so happen to find it for $1, which I've done on several occasions, and that was a score that I was just flabbergasted with. It's amazing when you find something for so cheap. So what I did find, and this has been on my Amazon wish list for damn ever, that is Wraith by Joe Hill and Charles Paul Wilson III. Now, this is a graphic novel of Nosferatu. I don't think it is Nosferatu in graphic novel form, but it has to do with the world of Nosferatu. So like Christmas Land, Charlie Manx, all of that stuff. It's pretty dense. It's got lots of pictures, but it also has a lot of text. So I'm looking forward to reading this. This is like $25 on Amazon, but I found it for $13 at Bookoff, so that was a steal. And then I also found Stephen King's The Dark Tower graphic novel. This is book 2, called The Long Road Home. Now, I just talked about how I hate books without dust jackets. This one is missing the dust jacket, so I will show you the picture here of what it's supposed to look like. But because it is hardcover and it does have the title on the front, I can live with it. Now, I've read The Dark Tower graphic novel number 1, volume 1. So this is volume 2, and yeah, I'm excited to read it. I really want the omnibus, but it's rare, and on Amazon Marketplace it's like $350. So if I have to slowly collect them in its single editions, I guess I'm fine. There's 13, I believe, volumes to this graphic novel series. If I'm wrong, let me know down below, because I'm such a Stephen King collector. I just want them all. That's fine with me. Bag number 3. We have here, excuse the motion of the camera, you know, my bed, yada yada. I found the mythology of Supernatural, the signs and symbols behind the popular TV show by Nathan Robert Brown. Again, another Supernatural book, nonfiction. This one just has to do with the symbols, like it says on the cover. I don't know anything about it, but I really want to get into this TV show, and this will be great little books to read on the side because I love behind the scenes stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I found Tina Fey's Bossypants. I listened to this on audio ages ago, and I really like Tina Fey, so I really want to reread this. And I needed another yellow book on my shelves because my yellow section is a little skimpy. So yeah, I was excited to find this. $1. Exciting. Oh, by the way, this was $7.50. The $13 Wraith and the $7.50 graphic novel were the most expensive. Everything else was $1. So yeah, I'm looking forward to rereading this, but I have read this before and I really enjoyed it. Then we have, and I've been wanting this for a few years now, The Dinner by Herman Koch, I think. This is the chilling, nasty, smart, shocking, and unputdownable book, which, you know, is blurred by Gillian Flynn. Now, I know Lala from Books and Lala read this a couple years ago, and I think she enjoyed it. It just takes place at a dinner between two separate families, like the parents, and they're talking about their kids, and that's all it is. That's the setting of the entire book. It's kind of long, so it's just a dinner setting. But I like books sometimes that are pointless. You know what I mean? Like, I really, really like Seinfeld, and that is a pointless TV show. So I wanted to read a book that talks about just random family. There's not too much of a plot involved, just to see how it is. And again, this has been on my wish list for years now, since it first came out, so I'm looking forward to picking this one up. I also found Harbor by John Lindquist. I don't know how to say his last name. John's book. I own his Let Me In, and I think another book by him. But is he Swedish? I think he's a Swedish author. This one in particular is about a family who loses their 6-year-old daughter, Maja. They went to go visit a lighthouse, and she disappears. And there's no trace of her. Like, there's no footprints in the snow, like she walked off. She just is gone. And that's terrifying because I have kids, and so I want to read it. I know my friend Maddie saw this on my Instagram and knew right away what it was. So other than Maddie, you can tell me too if you see this video. Let me know if this is something I need to pick up ASAP. It's such a long book though, but I haven't picked him up yet, and I really want to. And I want more thriller in my life. So yeah. All right, next. I said I would never buy any more books that was part of a series that I hadn't started yet, but I lie a lot. So here we go. Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. The First Law. This is book 2. I just so happened to find book 1 like 4 years ago at Bookoff for $1. And then the next year I found book 3. And now I have book 2. So I have the entire trilogy now. And I don't even know if I'm going to like this. It's adult fantasy. If you have read this, I know Erica over at the Perks of Books read it, but I don't know if she read the entire trilogy. Erica, if you watch this video, let me know down below if you've read the whole thing. If you read the first book, will I like it? Let me know. Because now I have all 3 books. All right, and then the last book in this bag, was an impulse buy, and that is True Ghost Stories by Hans Holzer. Yeah. This has 38 case histories of real hauntings from America's best-known investigator of the paranormal, Dr. Hans Holzer. And I'm looking forward to it because you can't have enough ghost stories, especially in America, because I live here, and if there's places that I could visit one day, I would like to. So there's that. Last bag, and I don't want the bed to shake, so I'm just gonna hold the bag up. All right, I lied. I forgot about this one. Here is book 3 in the blood tattoo. What is it? I can't remember. It's like the monster tattoo trilogy, I think. Look how big this book is. This is Factotum. Really? I own both Foundling and the second one, and I only needed the third one to finish the series. I started Foundling forever ago with Corina. I think she finished it. We were buddy reading it, and I just never finished it because I was listening to it on audio and I didn't like the narrator, so I was super bored. But I'm hoping I could pick up this series maybe with my children and read it to them, because it is about a kid in like middle school or something. I think he's young, but I want to definitely check out this fantasy. So I bought the third one since it was available. That was $5.50 though. And normally I would never pay that much, especially for a book series that I haven't finished or started really. But that one on Amazon was like $15, and so I sucked it up and bought it. All right, next I found Lost in a Good Book. This is the second book in the Thursday Next series. Now, I think I'm only missing one of the books for the whole series. I started the first book a couple months ago. I haven't gotten very far because I was reading the nursery crime books, and I love Jasper Fford, so I know even though I haven't finished Thursday Next, the first book in this series, I'm still gonna read it and like all of his books. There's a crossword puzzle on the back. I really like crossword puzzles. If you ever wanted to do crossword with friends, let me know down below. I'd be interested in signing back up for that and playing with people. I also found The Android's Dream by John Scalzi. I believe this is a standalone, and it was $1. So wow, the sun's really setting now in my window. I'm looking forward to this. It says on the back that it is funny. Remarkably intelligent first contact yarn, absurd, funny, and satirically perceptive. I don't even know what that means, but I want to read it because you can't get enough John Scalzi in your life. And then I found Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Brend. This is, I'm pretty sure this is a nonfiction true crime story. I have seen this in the library bookstore like 50 times, and I've bypassed it, and it's always been $1 there as well. But I kept thinking, do I want to read this? Am I going to be interested in this? And I think I've seen this movie. And so now I own it because I want to read it. So I'm gonna. All right, last book from Bookoff. This one's exciting. I found The Killing Lessons by Saul Black. I looked this up online, and I'm pretty sure that this is a standalone. There is a lot of blurbs on the back from people that write in this genre. Jeffrey Deaver, Lisa Gardner, Lee Child, Chris Pavone, Lisa Unger, Linwood Barkley. They all give praises for this book, and so I'm looking forward to it. One of the reasons is because it's got a forest on the cover, and there's blood, and if there is forests, birds, asylum, those are buzzwords and buzz pictures, I tend to gravitate towards those and want to buy them. Here's underneath the dust jacket. It's just like this heather gray. And can you see that? The title is silver, so it kind of almost blends into the spine. But this is about a Colorado farmhouse and two hunted men. For the two haunted and driven men, on the other hand, it's just another stop on a long and bloody journey. And they still have many miles to go and victims to sacrifice before their work is done. Yep, sacrifices is something I want to read about, so looking forward to that. Yay! All right, those were all the books from Bookoff. Now I want to share with you my thrift book purchases because I needed more books in my life for some reason. So here's my 3 packages. Okay, so what made me buy these books is I had 2, oh, it's getting really hot. I had 2 library books that I kept borrowing, like renewing at the library, and I just couldn't finish it. One of them is a buddy read that I started months ago. I want to say I started it in February, and I got halfway through the book and it was really good, and I just put it down and then picked up other books, and I never finished the buddy read. Story of my life. I do that constantly. If you are a friend of mine on Goodreads and you look and see all of the books I am in the middle of reading, it's at 55 right now, which is ridiculous. And a lot of those books are halfway read. Like if I just sat down and read all these halfway done books, I would be able to accomplish so much, but I'm lazy. All right, so the first package has, oh yes, I wanted this from Book Outlet, but I didn't want to pay the full price. So we have Ballad of the Whiskey Robber, outrageously entertaining. Oh, I thought that was part of the title, but it's not. It's a true story of bank heists, ice hockey, Transylvanian pelt smuggling, moonlighting detectives, and broken hearts by Julian Rubinstein. I was on a kick, and on Book Outlet I have like 25 nonfiction that I really wanted to purchase, but it was like $150 or something, and so I'm slowly buying them on Thrift Books when they're available because it's cheaper. All right, so yeah, this is just some wild and crazy collection of stories that happened that I want to read. All right, package number 2. If I forget my knife one more time, and you're thinking, Missy, you edit these videos. You could easily walk away, grab the knife, come back. No one would even know you were gone. But then I have to edit videos, and I love making videos. The editing process is tiresome. All right, the next package had, ooh, here's the book. How funny. I didn't even realize. All right, A Noise Downstairs by Linwood Barkley. Now, I'm on 181 of this book, so that's chapter 35. I just returned this to the library. I think I had checked it out like 17 times, which is embarrassing. And lo and behold, this is a library edition. Oh well, that's okay. I will take off the plastic dust jacket and everything will be fine and dandy. But yeah, this is really good. This is about a man who sees a coworker swerving on the side of the road, and he goes and follows him because he thinks he might be in trouble, like drunk or something. And he sees him throw something away in like this out-of-town dumpster. And he's like, well, that was weird. Now I'm intrigued. Now I'm going to follow him more. And then this coworker pulls off the side of the road. And so our main character's like, well, maybe he does need help. So he pulls off the side of the road. He's like, hey, buddy, do you need some help? And he looks in the back of the car and sees dead women in the back of his car. And then his coworker tries to kill him, and now he's got like PTSD. Like he's afraid, and he's hearing like this typewriter downstairs that his wife bought, and he doesn't know if it's a ghost or if he's cracking or what. That's as far as I got in the book. It's really good so far. I just haven't picked it up and finished it. And so, story of my life, I decided, you know what? Instead of borrowing it from the library and making it so nobody can borrow it ever again, I'll just buy the damn thing. It's so much easier. So I did. And then I had to get The Unthinkable, Who Survives When Disaster Strikes and Why by Amanda Ripley. This is another book that I had borrowed from the library. I just turned both of these books in today. I again had this one for forever. I borrowed this book for the Buzzwordathon round 3 when they were doing the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I never got to it, but I was interested, and I like survival stories, and this is nonfiction, so I bought it. This paperback like cover is ugly. It's so ugly, but it's got pictures in it, so looking forward to reading that one. All right, last package, and then you guys are free to go, and I can turn on the fan because I'm sweating my non-existent balls off. It's so hot. So hot. Why? My husband and I were just talking about this morning. Like, I thought it's supposed to get hot in October. It's hot right now. Ooh. Okay. Next, we have, these were more of the books that I wanted from Book Outlet, the nonfiction. 1 second. There's a mountain of books falling off of my bed. Okay, so this one is called Mrs. Sherlock Holmes. I am sorry about the glare. I really can't do anything about it because my setup sucks. So it's the true story of the New York City's greatest female detective and the 1917 missing girl case that captivated a nation. This is by Brad Ricca, and it's nice and floppy, and it's a ton of pages. Well, I say a ton, but it's only well, any day now. What does it end at? Okay, there's a lot of author's notes and such. Oh, there's an epilogue. Okay. It ends on 364. So there's 364 pages. I guess that's not too bad. So I got this one. I'm excited. And then the last one, I didn't know it was going to come in this style, but I'm super stoked. It's called Profiling: The Psychology of Catching Killers by David Owen. Okay, so doesn't this guy look scary? And it comes, and it's a colored thing, and it looks like, look at, it's like a textbook of some sort. I am so excited I could die right now. It's like it's not even a graphic novel. Well, I guess you could call it one. I don't know. Look. I'm sure I've said this at some point during my time here on BookTube, that when I was in college, I wanted to be a psychologist. Not to counsel or to do any of that, but I really wanted to work for the crime thing because I was so into CSI and I was watching it every single week, the Las Vegas one especially. So I wanted to be in criminology somehow as a psychologist, profiling for detectives, and my dream came to a halting crash after I left junior college to go to a 4-year university, and they're like, hey, by the way, if you want to be a psychologist, you need to take a lot of math. And I was sobbing hysterically in my mind because my dreams were crushed and stolen from me. So, yeah. Now I have to live vicariously through others and read about other crazy profiling and things of that nature. All right. That was everything that I purchased so far in August. I'm putting a ban on myself for the rest of the month. And if I have another video besides my trade away, you guys can scold me. Or say hooray, because I'm sure you guys like book hauls. So, anywho, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.